Well, hello. In keeping with the book that I'm currently taking painstaking time to read, understand, and implement, it so happened that I picked up this book as I was going out about doing my own business, and then I went to a place where I get this book connected. How your friends affect everything you do, think, and feel. Anyways, we are living in an ever-growing, distracted world. Anywhere from political divide to the decline in church attendances to the media has their own agenda and pushing whatever rhetoric that they're trying to push on us. It's not unlikely to go to a news media and you can go from whatever network, they repeat the same verbiage, the same, it's almost like they participate in the same kind of like a propaganda factory, and they get the same talking points. And so you can't really trust any kind of media anymore. So it's time to get back to natural beauty, nature, get a good book, spending time with people, and being part of something that is really changing people's lives, being part of something that has the ability to impact people in so many ways. Anyway, so I'm reading different survey, and Christianity Today came up with a survey as of January 2023 about the decline of church attendances, and they survey between pre-COVID and post-COVID to determine a group of people anywhere from young adults under 30, singles, and liberals, and to really see how church attendances has declined a lot. And even though in the world of tele-evangelism, you would imagine that with the reach of the news media such as television, Facebook, or any of the social things, that it would be easy to reach more people as possible. But people are basically moving away from the organic social connectivity because the media, new ways for people to connect, or technology, you could say, is eroding our social connectivity. And I don't know really where I'm going with this, but I'm going to tie this to business. Right now, also in the US, the Surgeon General came out with a report called the loneliness epidemic, how people are feeling ever disconnected and lonely. So you could go to school, you could go to church, and you could go to work and find yourself in the midst of a lot of people, but you're not necessarily connected. In other words, you're exchanging a physical space with people, but that does not mean that you're socially connected. And businesses, if you happen to be in business where you deal with people, well, a great way for people to, you could say, to create a tribal effect around your business is finding ways for people to come together. And I saw how a real estate agent not too long ago, I spent time with a friend and she invited me. We were supposed to do something. We didn't really define what we intend to do. And she was invited by her client, who is a real estate agent. And in a down market, the real estate agent basically find ways to bring to invite clients into a small gathering. Not a lot of people were there, but the food was good. The interaction was an education in itself. And but she took initiative to basically bring people together, bring her client together. Um, you know, had nothing to do with whether or not her clients can bring her referrals. So it has nothing to do with that at all. You know, you have an activity where you bring people together. Eventually, who's most likely to give you a referral for your business? Someone who you sell to, and then once commission is collected, and then you basically forget about them, or someone where you keep some kind of like high level engagement, whether it's once a year, twice a year, or remembering a person's birthday, remembering their anniversary. You know, my mortgage, you could say, broker, sent me an email or a postcard for my birthday, Happy New Year, Happy Thanksgiving, you know. And it's been 8 years since I've done business with her, but she had a list. She moved from one company to the next. She has a list. Now, the list itself, you know, after a while, you know, if I'm not necessarily buying another place, I don't really have a need to be in touch with her. But if I was about to connect someone to a mortgage individual, to a mortgage broker or a mortgage lender, her name would be one that comes to mind because you know she remembers specific day uh, that are significant to me in terms of that. So although there's no connectivity or one to one because there's no need, but she find ways to keep her name in my mind. So the next time I had a mortgage need, obviously she would be the one to come to because we had a good relationship, we had a good business interaction, and she was very instrumental in helping me. The next level up would be to do what this real estate agent did, is to have some kind of a gathering where you have your clients come together for the purpose of simply connecting. This is especially post-COVID. People have lost the social connectivity in many ways, so it would be nice to have an activity where whether or not I would go, that's a different case, but the invitation would be welcome if available. And it would also give me an opportunity to um, interact with a lot of people and also socialize as well as getting some leads for whatever. Anyway, so it was great, and and I learned a lot, and and more importantly, I get to be around people. Good wine, good hors d'oeuvres. You know, I think it was a Mediterranean diet or something like that. There's lots of cheese, good stuff, good stuff. Anyways, but the connection was definitely there. So where am I going with this in terms of this opportunity? So as you know, I'm interested in money, and money occupies every aspect of our lives. Money is at the center of everything you do, and money is something that you cannot avoid. If you don't have it, it consumes you, and when you have too much of it, then it controls you because that becomes a source of your worry. But the purpose of money is as a common denominator that connects every social fabric in our culture. Money has everything has something to do with everything we do, touch, feel. Uh, the phone that I'm using right now, someone had to make it, and I had to buy it. And this tripod that I'm using right now, you know, someone worked to develop it, and I bought it, and I'm using it. Um, I paid money to get this book, and the pen that I may or may not use, it it wasn't free. So money exchange is involved in every activity in our lives, and as you get older, money occupies an even greater role. But it's not the king. The king is connectivity. money happens to be a transactional aspect of our lives that we cannot avoid. Um, in terms of money, there are several books you could read on the subject of money, financial literacy. One is key among them all. Well, first of all, the Bible would be the ultimate book because it talks about money in so many different ways, and I had the opportunity to really dive into that just for to understand. You know, if you go into read a secular book about money, you got to read about money from the ultimate source, and it's right there if you're willing to put in the time. And the other source of understanding money is it's from the Richest Man of Babylon. Great book, not too big, but so key to understand. Um, the basics. Now, if you cannot save 10% of what you earn, no matter what it is you earn, like Chris Wagner says, start where you are. Don't wish you could make more money so you could invest. Start with where you are. And a great way is to a combination of save 10% of what you earn, invest that 10% into a way that generates more, reduce your expenses so that way you could free up money. And David Bach has this beautiful little book, short, to the point, the latte factor. Identify areas where you get a transactional here, coffee here, lunch there, you know, uh, minimize the transactions that are draining your earnings, so that way to free up money to save the 10%. In order to save 10%, you got to find ways to trim where that 10% is coming from. Leverage that 10% to put it into an asset, into a cash flow generating system that does not require your own energy to produce, where money now is put to work. So as you save 10%, you're leveraging that 10%, and that leverage plus original capital is then put back into further leveraging, and therefore creating a perpetual cash flow utilizing the same one and two. Save 10% and leveraging that 10%. Minimize your expenses, and definitely be well guarded into any opportunities to lose that money, and do business with people you can trust, and people who know what they're doing, and and invest if you could in a property that is also generating income. Say, for instance, someone buy a multifamily, you live in one, and then you rent the other, and now you not only own where you live, but it's also not a liability. It's also an asset that is producing. Have reasonable insurance, and increase your ability, increase your earning capacity, and that's the basic concept of which is the richest man in Babylon. And within the richest man in Babylon, it talks about the 5 laws of gold. If you have um, two things, if you're giving two opportunities, one is gold, the other is knowledge. The knowledge to accumulate gold even after you have lost. There are a lot of people participating in multiple scam, platform-based crypto projects who are continually losing money from one platform to another, until, of course, you wise up and realize, okay, I'm done wasting money in scam-based platform that are not backed by substance, that are not regulated. It's about time that you wise up and use the 5 laws of gold, and to not only protect what you earned, leveraging it and put it to work, and remaining ever more vigilant and not losing, and align yourself with people, with a community of people who have the same intention, and who can also guide you in the process. So you you remain connected and you learn from bad habits that are depleting your funds. After you lose money a couple of times, and you will eventually come to your senses from losing money to multiple scam platforms, to now begin to do your due diligence and really evaluating opportunities that you participate in to stop the financial bleeding, and and align yourself in a community of people who are moving forward nevertheless, because you may lose money in platform ABC. That doesn't necessarily mean that you were surrounded by bad people who have bad intention. But at the same time, it does not necessarily mean that your goals and dreams and passions, you need to basically put them in the box and throw away the key. No. Learn from bad experiences and move on. Learn from bad experiences and move on. Anyway, so the five laws of gold, it's so, if I could remember it, I have a chart of it, but I don't remember it at the moment. But I will do a special videos on that. And anyway, so the same person, actually, you get the same group of people who participate in a particular platform ABC, that just robbed or exit with people's money. Okay, you give the same group of people, take a few of them and put them into an opportunity with the right environment, the right people, the right project, and you can see them flourish. And you take another group of people who are part of the same platform or platforms, and because they do not have good surrounding, they're not surrounding by people who understand, hey, in life you make mistakes, in life you align yourself with bad people that you don't know sometimes. And so as long as you learn from that and you don't let that crush you personally, and realign yourself with the right people, and of course continually looking for a project, and each time you learn how to evaluate a project, how to identify potential pitfalls to avoid, people to avoid, and you have develop some kind of a checklist into doing your due diligence properly. And then since your goals, your bills, your ambitions are not going away, you cannot just put them aside just because you have a bad opportunity, bad experience. Okay, your bills doesn't care whether or not you just had a bad experience. You made a bad decision. You align yourself with the wrong people, and you let yourself get taken again and again and again until you learn the lesson. Gold attracts, you know, he who has gold always going to attract. In other words, he who has ability, financial ability, will always attract good people and bad people at the same time. So that's when you need to have knowledge, wisdom, and discernment to discern who to align yourself with and who to not align yourself with. Because if you have crypto assets, you're going to attract good people and bad people, and your ability to discern based on learned experience would help you to identify who to align yourself with and to who to avoid, because there will always be opportunity that comes to you. There will always be people who come to you with the bright, shiny ideas, and the entire goal or purpose is to defraud you, take advantage of you, and they don't really care whether or not for every time that you experience a loss, it will take you twice the amount of time due to inflation that is eroding the buying power of fiat. Between inflation, getting old, and getting your dream crushed, and if you're not constantly learning and reading and educating yourself, unplugged from social trash to social education, connecting with the right people, with the right project, and with the right environment, and then don't look back and don't let bad experiences dictate how you move how you move forward. It's a matter of who or you are traveling with. So within this cash flow NFT, Miracle Cash, it's been a learning experience to actually travel to Cyprus, meet the people behind the project, all at the same time, getting bombarded by offers, join this, join that, people coming in, or people calling you, people contacting you, whether it's Telegram, WhatsApp, showing you, flashing their withdrawal uh, requests that could very well be photoshopped, inviting you to participate in X, but you're showing them a substance, a project of substance. But because you're not interested in substance, you're interested in depleting your funds, depleting your assets, you know, they're interested in how can I take away from you. I'm not interested in what you have to offer, I'm interested in taking from you. And someone who has not grounded keeps falling for that over and over and over. So you cannot trust people you meet online, but you can discern who to do business with online. And within the online space, there are quality people and there are also commission junkies, affiliate junkies, MLM junkies who are promoting multiple projects, and it's not that hard to identify trash that they promoted. You know, they come from losing money from A, B, C, and then you could see their track record of having lost, having lost, having lost. But they are so entrenched into the commission junkie, affiliate junkies, MLM junkies. They have no concept of other people's feelings and other people's dreams and ambitions. So as long as they make a profit. So as long as I get what's in it for me, I don't really care who it hurts. And so my goal is I'm not really interested in any of these projects, which is why I'm making this video. Don't waste your time sharing anything with me. I'm not interested in how much money you've made, how much withdrawal you've accessed, because money does not motivate me. It's what can I do to participate in something of substance that I know that will have an impact on other people, 6th, 7th, 10th, 20th generation that I may not even meet in person. But my influence, my ability to identify projects with substance will have an impact in helping someone through multiple layers or generations away from me or separate from me. So now, in other words, I want to be able to be in a position to impact other people that I don't even know, simply because the wisdom, knowledge, and discernment that I've acquired and take into consideration have the ability to impact other people, to stop the bloodshed, economic bloodshed, and see the substance into what I offer. So you can discern according to your ability whether this is a person you can align yourself with, or you can continue to follow the MLM junkies, the commission junkies, who are in it simply to positioning themselves first so they can earn the commission, and whether you get hurt or not, it doesn't really matter. So as long as they make a profit, and if platform A doesn't work out, so be it. We're gonna you're gonna bring people into platform B, platform C, and then you go through the entire alphabet of joining scam programs. So you could be the one to share it with other people just for the commission, irregardless of what happened to other people's income, other people's dreams, desire, focus, so as long as it benefits you. And it's not that hard to identify people like that. You know, they want to be the one to communicate something with you. They want to be the one to collect a commission from you. And if you lose money with them, it's okay. You know, it happens. And then come join me in another scam project that pays you X% daily. So keep in mind, I'm not responsible if something happens, but what do you got to lose? $1,000 here, $1,000 there. The next thing you know is 1, 2, 3 years. Your ability to generate revenue decreases because you're getting older. You know, the scammers are getting their leverage because they are leveraging you. Now you become the one that they leverage, and then you get bad apples from platforms that are leveraging the scammers, the YouTube scammers, the social media scammers, to take advantage of people. And I began by saying that we live in a very disconnected world. People are already disconnected. People are already fragmented. And it contributes to the further isolation, economic isolation. And so you have a combination of a isolated person who is economically deprived, who are susceptible to being leveraged, because they can talk up whatever ideas they have to get you on board, and they make a commission, and it doesn't really matter how it affects you. At the same time, there are projects out there led by real people, real business, operated in a regulatory environment with real brick and mortar presence in multiple countries, such as Cash NFT, Miracle Cash technology, that I'm a part of, that is literally changing lives. And then when you share a project like that with people, they don't have the ability to process it because it's a long-term ecosystem. It doesn't pay the flashy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% daily or weekly that the scammers are pushing. They don't have the ability to see the long-term nature of being part of something of substance. It is these people who then come back to you and say, well, this is not for me, but hey, take a look at this platform. It pays X% daily. It's a platform. Of course, it's not designed to last forever. And you think I'm a fool to participate in that with you again? No. I've learned the lesson, and I wanted to be able to connect with you and help prevent the bloodshed. Now, I too participated in several platforms that didn't go well. Learned my lesson, but now I don't participate in any platforms anymore. And those people who participated with me are now in the process of being integrated or perhaps introduced to a substance business, to see those who have the ability to comprehend, to participate in a long-term nature, not giving up on their dreams, and knowing that in life, it's not what happened, it's what you do. I don't control the fact that when I looked at XYZ platform, at the time, it sounded good, it makes sense, and I was just focusing on the money, what I can get for it. or what I can get from it. But now I look at things, how does that going to affect people on the 7th, 10th generation? Or does that opportunity has a long term? Does that opportunity has the ability to pick up people from poverty? How who is behind this project? Why? And what product or services this project offers? And how does it help people long term? If there is no money in this project for me, would I participate in it? Does it have the ability to impact other people's lives? Does it meet a social need, an economic good need? Does it promote community building? Is the people involved in the business just interested in making money, or are they interested in having a long-term impact on society? Okay, so you have made the money, then what? What do you do with the money? Once you have your basic necessities met, then money really loses its essence because you no longer have a need. Now, how could you have an impact on the people who do not have the ability, the intellectual capacity, the emotional ability, or the financial capacity to participate? But you, because of your increased financial resources, you can have an impact in touching as many lives as possible through many generations as possible in country that you may never visit, but your level of ability to discern and align yourself with the right people can put you in a position to really have a long-term economic impact in the lives of people that you may never meet, simply because you align yourself with the right project, you align yourself with the right people, and you did not, more importantly, give up on your dreams. So, to say that in this book, Connected, how your friends affect everything you do, feel, think, that everyone has an impact, has the ability to impact others, that has a ripple effect through multiple layers. It's like I take a rock and throw it into the river. That rock, or the effect, has a concentric reverberation that can go as far as the eye can see, but it will continue to have a ripple effect until it reaches the end of the river. So as I continue to throw, then the energy, the impact, and the, you could say, the, the concentric ring then has a flow of continuation. And so long after you impact someone, it has the ability to have a ripple effect, and you could even save a life because you're aligned with something of substance. And once money is no longer a motivator, you're motivated by impact. Who can you impact? Then, however you want to call it, the universe, God, Mother Nature will bring people with the same energy, with the same passion, resources, to then have a perpetual effect of impacting other people. And so I share something that is working for me. I have an impact on you, and you participate, then have an economic impact on me. And because I bring you something of substance and also educate you at the same time about proper financial literacy, what to avoid, how to avoid, you know, when to participate after you've lost money, and when to not participate. You've lost money in platform ABC. You don't want to keep jumping into platform to platform, but you take time to evaluate, you take time to assess your attitude towards money, your attitude about life, and then to see what role you play in society. And then you can have, you could say, a you go through an investment detox time, and then re-engage again, because your goals, your dreams, your ambitions are not going away. Your bills have to be paid. Okay, your mortgage, your rent, your car payment, your child education. Okay, your car expenses, gas. If you travel, it costs money. Everything costs, and those things are not going away. At the rising cost of inflation, and the devaluation of fiat currency. Okay, so your fiat has a depleting spending power or decreasing spending power because of inflation. And as you get older, your bills also get higher. And so you don't really have a choice to say, I am never going to participate in anything again. The question is, how soon do you want to get back in the game? Or if you have learned the lesson, before you get back in the game. But you don't have a choice, because the biggest risk you can take is doing nothing. And sometimes it's necessary to take a break and then get back at it again. But when you get back at it, you get back at it wiser, stronger, more discerned, more aware, and you manage your emotions concerning money. You don't let any flashy object from any flashy smart talker talk you into doing something, because you have not taken time to evaluate or get acquainted with yourself, your emotions, and align yourself at the same time with the right people who can guide you forward in a way that can prevent you from losing to winning. But giving up on your dream is not a solution, because the alternative is not good. Okay, you could lose money after losing and losing and losing. But if you have a choice between gold and wisdom, what choice would you make? If you choose the gold, that means you will have the same experience again and again and again. If you choose wisdom, even after you lose the gold, because you value wisdom more than gold, you will start and you will continue to earn and recover any losses, because you have the ability to overcome difficult times. So it's not the difficult times that matter, it's what you do after you go through a difficult period. Because the same difficult challenge happens to a lot of people. Some rise above it, and some are crushed by it. Are you like the eagle, like the lion who rise above challenges? Are you a chicken, a sloth who sit back, watch TV, and mourn over your losses, and basically take your the dreams, the ambitions, the passion, and just go bury it somewhere, while you in your life have not improved in the midst of adversity? The choice is yours.